introduction about this course. So it's basically a 15 hours of Power BI workshop, which would be covering 1 or 2 days, 2 hours per day. And of course, we'll be starting with the basic of Power BI, and then we'll be getting into the Power Query, where we'll be doing the data cleaning, data transformation, and followed by we'll be doing it, the DAX, the data analysis expression, where we'll be doing a lot of data modeling part, and followed by we'll publish into Power BI service. I know all these are jargon right now for you. Just give me at least 60 minutes of your time today. You will get to know that what we are talking about. So this is a training outcome end of this program. Yeah, also we have a kind of combo, Power BI as well as advanced Excel program, where which is spanning across 25 hours, and also it can run parallel batches, right? So the idea is basically the participants should also get accustomed with advanced Excel and then get into the Power BI. But those who are already working on advanced Excels, like professionals like you, may not be required for a detailed advanced Excel session. Also, just to highlight you that we will be taking you through all the PL 300 sample questionnaires, which may help you to be exam ready. And we'll be going through all the resources, right? And also we'll be going take you through all the kind of questionnaires and all the kind of the topics that may come in PL 300. All right. So this is a brief introduction about me. My name is Swarna Kumar Ganguly. You can call me Swarna or you can call me Ganguly. So I am a Power BI certified instructor, and I also AWS cloud practitioner. Along with that, also my hobbies are solo bike riding, and also I love, my favorite subject is geography. And I'll tell you why it is very much related to Power BI. And a couple of housekeeping rules, that if you have any questions, you please stop me wherever I'm going through. Please stop me there. And you can be very much feel free to stop me and then ask me. Even that is the most you think as the stupidest question. Maybe I do not consider any question is stupid, by the way, because it is your curiosity, right? So I really respect your curiosity, and I would be very happy to take you to that those questions, right? All right. So this is about brief me. I have about 17 years of experience into learning and development, competency development, solving complex L&D problems. Have been working with different kind of clients in Middle East, in Indian IT clients, and also Middle American clients like Suriname, Guyana, and so on. All right. So very important thing is, if you can see, these are the the kind of links that you can we can get connected in LinkedIn. Also, as I mentioned, that this is my portfolio, and I will share you this GitHub link. This is very very important for you guys, because um, what we'll do is all kind of repositories that I have created, that we'll be covering as use cases. Say for example, this is my GitHub link. I'm sharing it to you. You can in the chat box, so that you can refer this. Basically, this GitHub link should be your kind of use case. You can download any of the, by going through this GitHub, and then you can download any of the PBIX file, right? We call it as PBIX file. I'll tell you what is PBIX file. Before that, you can just take a look about the a use case, right? So a few days earlier, we have done a use case about meteorite landings, right? So meteorite, if you've seen, it's falling from the sky, we call it as good luck or something. But if you can see, we have created a data, we have understood the pattern, like what kind of meteorites that we have seen, and which are the locations there where we can see a more kind of meteorite. So there's a lot of interesting use cases. You can take a look. So this is one of the dashboard, I would say, that we have created on the meteorite. Not very too much of information, but yeah, it is kind of talking about the meteorite. I'll give you or take you through in details. Now similarly, we also have also we have I have created another very interesting use case, which is Indian urban failing marriages. It's a serious issue, a social issue. With that data, almost it's a real time data, you can say, where I have done a kind of research, and then I created a kind of pattern, right? So the reasons, the solutions, the cities which are kind of facing through kind of this kind of cases. All right, now. Also, today we will be doing a kind of today's use case that would be a kind of okay, let me give it to you a background to that. So as you are already aware of it, that 2008 a crash, right? So there are a lot of house crash, right? We call it as, a lot of banks had closed during that particular period. So we have a data set from data.gov. Please remember this sites where you can get a lot of plenty of data, right? So if I put as failed bank or FDIC failed bank something, you will get to see this is the data set, right? This is the actual data set. So you can download it from here as well. Also, I have the data set. This CSV file, you can download it. So exactly what I've done is I have taken the data, and based on that I have taken a kind of dashboard, right? So with the use of Power BI, right? So this is what will be doing it now. Please stop me, guys, and if you have any questions. I'm not seeing any questions. If you have any questions, please park in the chat, room, and also stop me if you would like to have any queries. As I told, any questions, any kind of questions are very much welcome. Right? All right.
Uh,
Now,
uh,
yes,
Actually,
yes,
just
please.
a sec. I just want to ask you one thing. That is, Power BI is basically business intelligence that is used for getting the data done. That is the basic
Right,
thing. Is because I
right,
am
right, right.
a basic learner.
Mhm.
I'm a basic learner,
Yeah,
so
no, no
I
problem. I'm just acclimatized with you with the Power BI. I'll take you through what is Power BI and what are the kind of tools that we use.
okay,
This
okay,
is just to warming up, right? It's just to warming
okay,
up you
okay.
guys. So like I mentioned, like this is thank you so much for asking. At least you have asked. Um, so definitely we'll take one at a time. So this is the total 15 hours workshop that I'll be covering. As you can see, there are different kind of topics are there. We'll start with the introduction, data loading. We call it as Power BI interface. I'm sure you guys have already installed Power BI, right? In your system, Power BI interface is ready with you guys, right? I know
Yes.
Vikas have already have it, and also I think Momita have also have downloaded. All right, now so we'll be covering the basic today. At least we'll take a use case, and also we'll be doing a kind of basic transformations using Power Query, and also following sessions we'll be covering all the aspects of data modeling, relationship, DAX, um, also data visualization and storytelling. Right, this is the I would say the most fantastic part of it, using and playing around with different kind of chart, and also publishing it to Power BI service. All right. So again, other planning, I would say, before getting into the crux of the Power BI. So this is the kind of day-wise planning, as I mentioned, that we'll be doing it, every day, 60 minutes or maybe 75 minutes we can devote. And these are the kind of use cases. We'll start with. I'll share you this entire doc. So we'll start with the Power BI features, the role of Power BI, how it has changed over a period of time, and then of course different kind of data. Every day we'll be working with different kind of dashboard, right? So also we'll be learning different kind of DAX, and also different use cases related to churn analysis, healthcare project. We'll be working with the HR analytic project, with a project management dashboard will build, and also supply chain, right? All right, so this is the day one. Also, this is a kind of my housekeeping rule, is that learning is the beginning of wealth, learning is the beginning of health, and learning is the beginning of spirituality, and searching and learning is where miracle process all begins. So even if I I'm training you on Power BI, but I'm telling that searching and learning where you can get the ultimum learning. That's what it happened to me. And I would request also along with my learning, you can also do a lot of different kind of use cases. Okay, so this is the installation part. Already we're done. Now this is a small brief of Power BI history, right? So this all started in exactly a decade back, which is in 2015 July. Okay, so gentleman name is Mr. Akhir, right? I had to check, but yeah, he started from Microsoft. He started the first tool he invented, that is called Power BI, because it's a data visualization tool. They were working related to SQL, something on the relational database management system, and from there it has generated to a kind of tool. So this is today is, if you see, it's a Power BI's anniversary, right? So on this anniversary, they are offering vouchers which is 50% lesser discounted price. I will share you the link where you can register and how you can avail for this discounted voucher. All right. So before I start why Power BI, maybe I can take you through what exactly Power BI, right? So that it can make really sense. But before than that, just to understand why everybody talks about Power BI, why everybody talks about you know um, a tool like this. So if you see, this is the kind of data, right? We talked about the bank data, right, which is closed. And there are a lot of things have happened in US, in history, bank history, where all the banks got closed during this 2008 crash, and followed by the other years as well, subsequent years as well. So when you see this data, this kind of Excel format, kind of flat files, you will not get any head or tail, right? You're not able to make a decision, right? It's a purely kind of 500 day list of banks, and so on and so forth. But when you see this, can you make a some kind of it narrates a story, isn't it? It's talking about, the heading is talking about analysis of a closed bank in US in the recent decades, right? Also they have given total closed banks, the number. They also have mentioned the total states. Also there's a somewhere mentioned about the last closing date. And also if you can see, there's a spike on the year, talking about which year it got closed. If you see clearly, 2010. That means the after the crash, they have survived almost another 2 years, and then they crashed, right? So, and also if you can see, this is a pie chart, right? Which talks about the kind of where exactly which of the states the banks are located, and there's a map, right? So as I was telling it to you, my love for geography and my love for map actually led me to pursue as a Power BI career, right? So I love maths, geography, I love geopolitics. So that's what that drawn to me here. And as you can see, this is a kind of chart will give you a kind of complete analysis of what exactly you are talking about. So I'll take you further. So now, as we were discussing that why Power BI, because the lack of visibility in a say, suppose you are in HR, or you're in marketing, or in procurement, or in any of the domains, supply chain of business. If you do not have the clarity, right? If you do not have the visibility, you cannot sustain over a period of time. Because if you want to showcase the management, you cannot able to understand the pattern, the insights, so to make long stories, view, one dashboard view, we call it, right? One view, one look, to showcase to your CEO or the the managers. This tool is very much in demand. Now, apart from, there are a lot of other tools we'll discuss in coming. So there are different kind of BIs, as I told, personal BI, like you are role based, you are working in particular your role, and you are giving a making a dashboard, making a kind of this kind of report, and that is what your person. Now this is called team BI. Another is team BI. It's a collaboration. It's a entirely, now these days everything is based on your collaboration. You're working with the different kind of teams. You're working with HR, is working with a finance team. Finance team is working with the procurement team. Procurement team is working with the sales team, and so on and so forth. Now the another part is the enterprise BI. You can see it's a holistic level. Now when we talk about Power BI, then another thing has come into picture, which is Fabric, Microsoft Fabric, which is recently launched. 2023 July, I believe, but it has taken to a next level storm. That Fabric comes now, becoming an umbrella, and Power BI comes into below to that umbrella. So we'll discuss in coming. What are the kind of certifications? Because as we mentioned, this entire course is certification focused. So of course PL 300 exam which we talk about, these links are there. You can go through. Now similar to that, there are what other kind of tools are there? Tableau, Alteryx, Click, and so on and so forth. There are plenty, but this three four are there in the market. This is a brief kind of comparison tools, but if you can see here, Power BI tops the chart as per the Gartner, right? Gartner's prediction. It is one of the leader, and followed by Tableau. As you can see, this is there are different kind of feature and different kind of things are there where you can take a look and understand. Of course, Tableau is the major problem is the cost. Whereas Power BI is having a free version for the initial Power BI desktop, which is free. But again, I mean, the license version is Power BI services very much licensed version, and you can take a look. There are a lot of things how analytics is there, what are the kind of easiest of use, and so on, so forth. Okay, now okay, what is Power BI? Now to answer your question, that what is Power BI? Okay, before we start, I'll tell you one thing, that this is not a tool like Excel. Okay, this is not tool like Excel. This is not only the platform which can give you a kind of business intelligence platform. No, it is a kind of collaboration tool. Every time, whenever we, I get into any kind of session, I all the time mention that it's a collaboration tool. It's a collection of softwares, different kind of softwares are there. As during this 10 minutes of session, as you can see, I have been talking about Power BI service, Power Query, Power BI desktop. So it's a kind of different kind of tools are there. It's a kind of amalgamation of different tools, different apps. Also the apps, Power BI apps is also there, and it's basically a connectors where you can work together. Right, we can work with different kind of teams. We work doing a lot of transformation, data cleaning, and making a kind of interactive insight. So this is in nutshell, or it is Power BI is not only a kind of tool which can help you in visualize. No, it is a kind of collaboration tool. That's what the intention of Microsoft. So that is the intention that this tool is getting developed every day. I'll show you one instance that you will be surprised that every month Power BI has its own updates. So every month it will come update that okay, today's this month's update is this one. So it's, you can see it's a kind of growing tool, and there are a lot of changes have been happening from day one, and also even today as well. So as I was mentioning, there are different kind of softwares, collection of softwares. As you can see, Power BI desktop is one tool. Power BI service, which is the SaaS version, right? SaaS version is another tool. Power BI mobile is another tool. So this is a kind of different kind of tools are available. Also Power BI apps is also available. So if you ask me what is the definition of Power BI, so you can talk about that Power BI can be a collaboration tool, can be a kind of business intelligence tool, it can be a data visualization tool, and so on and so forth, right? So but what is Power BI service? It is the software as a service, SaaS version of Power BI. Please remember, this is the SaaS version of Power BI. It is not hosted in and as a desktop or as a on premises. It is based on the cloud, right? So software as a service, it is there in the cloud, right? All right. Now, what I'll do is I'll take you through a kind of demo. Before we do that, I'll just complete another two, three slides. Then we'll be getting into a demo. Now, there are different roles, right? You wear, when once you are working with Power BI, you will be wearing different kind of hats. Either you are data wrangler, you are working with different kind of data cleaning, you are working with different policies as a data steward, or you are working as an analyst where you will be developing report dashboard, or you will be just a collaborative user. Example of collaborative user can be the HR role, right? Even marketing role, who would be working with different kind of teams, and getting report, generate report, using that report, consuming of the report is also a part of Power BI, right? So this is the ecosystem. This is one of the, as you can see, dashboard that we have built it. So if you can see, it is talking about very clearly the total customer slot. This is a kind of churn analysis, right? So churn analysis means that customers are not retaining, they are leaving the service, which is a very painful for any business, right? So that data is talking about, so also it will be predicting like how many days, how many months, how many weeks customer will be leaving their service. So the telecom operator, the banks, insurance, any kind of businesses which have a kind of a tendency of leaving a service in a periodical, as a cycle, if you see, for them this kind of analysis are very very important. So this is just ecosystem, I'm not just focusing it to you. And also Power BI service, it looks like this. I will take you through in depth, right? Actual. So benefits, already have talked about a lot of benefits. Also I wanted to add one more benefit, that Copilot coming into picture, the addition, as an addition, Microsoft have developed a lot many new features, right? There are a lot of new real-time analytics have come into picture, that happened with the use of Copilot. There are a lot of AI powered charts, visuals, that we can use it, only use of Copilot, also with the use of AI, right? Yeah, so I'll take you through the the interface, Power BI interface. Before I take you, so this is just a kind of feature, as I mentioned, that there are 135 plus data source connectors. uh, what I mean by data source connectors is basically, say one data source is the Excel, right? We all know that get data from Excel, get data from CSV file, get data. So like that they have 135. It can be the cloud, different kind of cloud, AWS, Google, Amazon. Also there are plenty connecting tools, right? Snowflake, Data Mart, so on so forth. Like that they have Salesforce, like that they have almost 135 connectors. So why I'm saying it is a kind of collaboration tool, this is the reason, right? It is a kind of collaboration tool, and you can collaborate, you can get data from anywhere, right? Okay, all right. So this is also the same thing, talking about data sources, as I was mentioning. It is not only about Excel, or JSON file, or even your CSV file, but also all the kind of online, all the kind of clouds, all the kind of Mailchimp, as you can see. Also you can see the GitHub. Also you can see the different kind of data. So whenever you are working with the data called marketing analytics, right? Just to see a kind of which courses are getting more visibility, or what kind of things are happening one particular course, the visitors are coming. So you can use a tool called Marketo, right? So Marketo or Mailchimp, just to see that mail data. All right. So I would be also, this is a small about DAX, a page which is data analysis expression, as I was mentioning it to you. There are two kind of DAX, which is measure and calculated columns. So far I will stop here, because there are a lot of things are there. I'll not confuse you, but you must have working with Excel, have seen something called sum, right? So just to calculate. So here also the same thing is there, which is called total sales equal to sum of so sales amount. Like similarly you can create also, whenever you talk about calculated columns, which is a column wise calculation. All right, so I will take you to the demo, right? So today we have a data set. I will share to you in the chart room. So second, one second, let me share the. So this is the demo, and I'm just sharing the data, right? Please let me know if data you have received or not in the chat box. This is a CSV file. Okay, please just open and check if it is opening at your end. And please feel free to stop me if you are finding that I'm rushing it up, or you have any queries, any questions, anything. Maybe what I can do is I will take a pause and then explain to you. I hope it has opened. If it has opened, then this is
Yes,
another
it's
dashboard.
working.
Okay, it's working, right? Okay, so this is another dashboard on the healthcare patient walk-in data of one of our customer, where we built a kind of dashboard where they wanted to work kind of research that which what time, which date, how patients are coming to their hospital, and what kind of satisfactory level, the score. Also, you can able to see it with this kind of tool. All right, let's get started. Let's get data started. Let's get data started, I would say. Okay, so I am just closing everything and starting a new blank. You can also follow along with me, or you can first listen and then you can do it along with your system, right? So as you can see here, this is the interface. I'll talk about the interface and then I can explain getting into deeper. This is basically the ribbon. If you can see, this the top is the ribbon where you have get data, Excel. There are different kind of tools are there. I will explain transform data. These are all called ribbon. Now here, as you can see, it's called report view. I hope my system, my screen is visible to you guys. Please give me a cheer. Is it visible to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Momita, is it visible? Can you able to see the screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So as I was, going through, so this is very important on your, if you can see left side, there is a bar and it is talking about five different components, right? Um, I would say it's a, in Pancha Pandava, right? So Pandava's brothers, let's take it that way. So we have the report view, we have the table view, we have the model view. Okay, I'll go a little slowly. This is called report view. Okay, so the tool, the interface looks like this. Okay, and we would be this is the canvas, the empty the entire empty if you can see white space is basically the canvas, right? We call it as canvas, where we take all the kind of chart here and put it and we can make a kind of a visual, right? So this is called canvas. So report view is the top view, the first one. This is the report view. Now something called table view or data view, where we have all the kind of tables are placed. You can able to see the table columns and so on so forth. Now this is called model view. Okay, I'll be taking you so that you can understand how exactly it works. So model view, as you have seen, the data modeling part, the entire the heart of Power BI is data modeling, where we do a lot of many activities. Those are basically performed in this particular area. It is called model view. Similarly, we have something called DAX query view. Okay, DAX query view is basically give you the result, or if you wanted to analysis of any particular DAX, it will be DAX is, as I told, it's a kind of a calculation. Okay, you take it, you understand this way in the beginning, then we'll be getting into the deeper. So that you can able to see it here. And also we have recently, as I was telling it to you, Power BI is a ever developing tool. We get to see every month new feature. So this TMDL view is a recently which have recent addition. I will explain after my detailed learning of this particular tool, section. All right. Now, and this is the basically visualization pane. We call it as pane, right? Visualization pane, PANE. Visualization pane. You can see there are different kind of visuals are there, charts are there basically. As you can see, somewhere close to 30 plus different kind of visuals are there. If you can see, it starts with bar stack bar chart. It starts with the column, again clustered bar chart. So like that, there are different kind of there. Very important is line chart. All the charts are very important. All the visuals are very very important. But few of them are really really important, which is line chart, which is basically give you the time intelligence, time basically if your time bound activity, if you're showcasing month wise sales or month wise, the growth chart, then these things coming into picture. Similarly, we have the world map, we have the different kind of maps are there, which is also having all the kind of features. Now this is one pie chart, and these are also very much important. We have also something called key influences and decomposition tree. These are all AI chart. I will explain to you in coming days. Now also we have something called table chart, right? I'll take you through. The table chart is basically table wise feature, and also we have something called matrix chart. These two are very very important. All right, let's get started. We would be starting with get data. Now please go to the get data. As you can see, get data, I hope already you have installed the CSV file. And then you can take here, as you can see, from the top, one, two, three, four, five, six. Sixth one is the text or CSV file. As I was telling it to you, there are 150 plus connectors. So these are the connectors. How you can connect and put everything data to your Power BI system, Power BI interface. So that is called connector, data connectors. So these are the one, as I was mentioning it to you. There's a file, there's a database, there's a Microsoft Fabric also is there, as I was mentioning. Power Platform. This is another area of Microsoft where you have the Dataverse and so on. So Azure is the cloud, different kind of components that you can get it. All things are there from the data connectors. So today will be going through text CSV, and from there we would be downloading this particular file. Sorry, I will be uploading this particular file. So as you can see, we are uploading. Once you upload, you will get to see this view, this interface, which should be asking for load, transform, and cancel. Just to give you a quick kind of suggestion, that is load will be load. When you do, it will directly coming to Power BI interface, right? Power BI desktop. And when you do transform data, it will load it to Power Query. Okay. So what I'll do is, I'll, for the time being, today's today, since it's the first day of the session, I'll to warm you up. Let's get into the load, so that we can upload into Power BI desktop first, and we'll be doing the cleaning and everything in the coming sessions, right? So there are a lot of things are there in the data cleaning part, but today, in the interest of time, we would request you to take as load data, right? Load. Once you do the load, if you can see in the data pane, this is called data pane, 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 data pane. You can see your table has your, basically, the one, the data which we are talking about, which should be placed here. Now there are three dots. I hope you guys are doing it along with me. If not, you can ask me to stop, and then I can do it again. So what I have done, the first step, get data, and after that I have taken the text CSV, which is this file, and then I have taken this particular data and I have uploaded it. And once I upload it, this data has remain placed in the Power BI interface, Power BI desktop, I would say PBI, right? I'll use PBI term, which is be easier for you guys. Now what I'll do in the, give me a cheer, you guys. Have you done till this much? Any difficulties? Please let me know. And
No,
yeah,
my one is showing. Just a sec.
okay.
I'm
I'll stop share. Please, you can share your screen. No problem. You can share your
okay,
screen.
okay, okay.
No problem. You can share, because I've already given thumbs up, so he has uploaded the file. No problem. Yeah, that's it. You have done it, right? So you have already
Okay,
your,
okay.
in the data pane. You can see that. Now do one thing. Next to the data pane, you can see the data is placed, right? You can see the table is placed, which where I'm talking about. Data pane. This is visualization pane.
Yeah,
Next to that
this
is the
one is
data pane. No, that is the visualization pane.
this one.
Now next to that, on your right hand side, if you see the data pane, right? It's written data. If you can see the top here, below the co-pilot, there's a data pane. Next to that, go a little towards your right. Yeah,
This one.
exactly. So this is the what this is the file which you have uploaded there, right? You can see there are three dot marks are there. Okay, so you can please change, rename it. There's a down, yeah, three dot marks are there. Please change the name as rename. There's a name is there, rename. Can you see? Go a little down. Yeah, yeah, rename, not, yeah, rename. Correct. Rename it. Put it as closed bank data. Okay, closed bank or closed bank. You can put closed bank, because this data is talking, yeah, that's all. Enter. So this is it. Okay, let me share my screen again, and then I'll explain a bit, and enter, please enter. Yeah, it is now set. All right, so let me share my screen again. Okay, you unshare it and let me share. Okay. All right. So first thing is, you have uploaded this data, right? Now, if I may ask, before we proceed to do all kind of you playing around with the kind of visuals, let me ask, which version are we using of Power BI? Which Power BI desktop version are we using? How to check, right? So there are different kind of columns are there, right? Names are there, features are there. You go to help, and then you go to about. Once you click about, you will get to see which version it will be showing. So mine is August 2025, which is the latest version. You can also check that which version you are using it. All right. So okay, now I will change the name, and we put it as closed bank. Closed. It's okay. So I'll put it closed. You can name it anything. You can name it. I mean, just for our reference, I'm talking about closed bank. Right? Now, along with this, we will be getting a kind of requirement. Whenever we are working with Power BI, we would be getting some kind of requirement, right? So the requirement talks about what exactly you have to do. Okay, I got the data set here. Now, what exactly we have to do? All right. Now, what I'll do is I'll just share you in the chat our requirement. So based on that requirement, we need to work it around. Okay. Uh, yeah. Thank you, Vikas. You have mentioned which tool you are using, which version you are using. Okay. So Power BI, and then I will be sharing you our requirement. Okay. So this is the requirement. So it has mentioned exactly what we need to do with this. So I will just share. I will just keep opening this. Okay. So as you can see, it is asking about you have to create a KPI card, right? It's a KPI card, and total bank closed, total unique states, total fund disbursed, and total. I mean, latest closing date. Okay, and also you have to create different kind of charts, because you already are aware of it, the charts and everything. Probably you can start working on that, and meanwhile I'll explain with what exactly and how to do this particular calculation. Now, as you can see, if you can see, there is an expandable button, right? If you open it, it will be all the basically the columns will come it. As I told, this is a table view. There are Pancha Pandavas, if I tell in brief way. So report view, table view, model view, and DAX query, and then TDML view. But if you start, this is the report view. Report view is the where exactly you are right now. So if I go to the below than that, which is the table view, and if we can open, we will be getting to see our exact the columns, right? What exactly there in the data set. So bank name, city, state, the cert, right? So also the acquiring institution, closing date, and the fund. So this is what our data set is talking about. So this is what you will be getting to see once you open the table view. What we do is in our Power BI sessions every day, we will be working with a new data set, right? We'll be working with a new kind of data patterns, data trends. Even if you have any data which is very interesting to work with, we can work together. And so will be this kind of data, or many kind of data you will be getting to see. Now if you can see here, we were talking about bank name, we're talking about the city, we're talking about the state, we're talking about something called the closing date, right? And also the fund. So as you we have seen the date and everything, that means it's the kind of time intelligence data. It's a time that we are referring to, right? So if there is a kind of this kind of data, what we should do is we should create a time calendar, right? In very basic way, I would say that when you have a kind of say you are you're going to school or you're going to college, you know that this particular day this kind of classes would be there. Based on that timetable, you will plan accordingly, right? So in very nutshell way, so the exam is on September or some other time, so accordingly you will plan it from your mind, right? So basically your timetable, or basically your date calendar is basically a calendar which is referring to that particular time. So here in I'll go to again this particular view,
Excuse
which
me,
is the
Gangli. Sorry.
yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Subramanian, right? Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
So,
I stuck in another call. Okay, I couldn't
oh,
join.
no problem. No problem. Okay, so we're just warming up. I am just sharing that how Power BI works. This is the interface.
Okay, okay.
What I'll do is I'll just share it in the group, that data set, right? So that data set is basically also this thing is getting recorded, so you can also refer whatever we have missed. But meanwhile, you can please use this data set. You please download this data set, and also the requirement, right? I'm just sharing it to in the chat. Okay, so maybe you can get to see what exactly I'm talking about. So you please open the data set. It is basically a kind of data set which is talking about the kind of banks, right? The banks that are closed in recent decade. So I was referring to this particular slide, why Power BI, and that you have a kind of flat files. The columnar, the data, it's giving like this, is a column wise, and you are not getting any head or tail out of it. So to make a kind of meaningful information, a meaningful, interesting information, if you can present this way, that will be more meaningful, isn't it? So if you can see, there's a pie chart, there's a kind of a kind of spike of line chart which has gone to the highest level. If I can also, it is given the kind of title that the analysis of closed bank in US in recent decades. That will help you to understand what exactly we are talking about in this with this data set, right? So this is what we are doing it today's session. We are just warming up. We are just acclimatized with the kind of tools that we are having. Also, we'll be using a lot of different tools. There are a lot of things are there in the interface. You'll be flabbergasted by seeing, in a once at a one glance you will see that you say, okay, so many things are there. But don't get that level. Just to understand, this is the basic. I'll help you to install the tool as well. But for today, you just watch it. Okay, you just see it and then let me know. So this is the report view, as I was mentioning. This is also table view, and this is the model view, right? So here, as I was mentioning, that we need to create a time calendar. Say like this data set is talking about different kind of banks, cities, closing date. When they say the time, and then you have to relate it, right? Otherwise, you have to build a kind of relationship. Okay, Power BI loves relationship. You have to build a relationship. It can be without relationship, you cannot build a proper visual. So you need to have a proper what do you call relationship. So what I'll do is here we'll go to a kind of a new table, right? So this is calling a new table in the ribbon, and here we'll create a date calendar. Okay, what we're referring here, as I was mentioning, that we are creating a kind of calendar which can be a mimicking to the kind of their date exactly there in this particular data set. So what should be the DAX we'll be using it? We're using a simple DAX which is called calendar auto. Okay, calendar auto. Well, I'm referring very simple today, because I'll be explaining in the coming sessions what exactly you are doing it. Because yeah, maybe the first day itself you are getting into too detail. But what I will do is I'll just take you through very basics, and then maybe I'll explain you what exactly and how exactly we're using it. Just for today, you understand that we have to build a relationship. That's why we are creating a date calendar, right? So once you create date calendar, it's very easy. You put it as calendar, and once you start typing it, if you can see, if I zoom it to you, this is called IntelliSense, right? It is called IntelliSense. Now, if I say calendar, you can see calendar auto. Both options are there, right? So you just have to put tab here in whenever you're writing DAX, you have to use your tab and type and tab. Like that way, you have to use it all the time. Okay. So here I'm closing the parenthesis, I'm closing the bracket, and then put enter. Okay. Once I put in enter, as you can see, the miracle happens. Miracle happens in the sense they can understand that how many automatically the dates are there, how many the kind of relationship they would try to analyze, and they can build a kind of date table. Now if I go to table view, we can see automatically they have taken the table starting from 2000, right? So exactly when this data set is talking about, it is already have been. And also if you can see the end of the data, which is today's date, oh sorry, 31st of December, of this year. So it has taken the entire year. Now, as I was telling it to you, Power BI loves relationship, right? You have to build the relationship between the tables. So here, as you can see, we have a, in the table, we have a common name called, we have a single, column which is called date, right? And here in the closing bank, if you see, we have acquiring institution, we have bank name, we have cert, we have city, we have closing date, fund, and state, right? So the most relatable can be the closing date. What we have to do is we have to just put drag and drop it here. Okay, drag and drop it here. Once you do the drag and drop it here, if you can see, read it here, it is talking about new relationship, right? It is talking about new relationship. What we are doing here is one table, which is the date calendar table. We are building a relationship with the closed bank table, right? It is basically connecting the table. So if you are connecting the table, which how it can be connected? It cannot be connected with say like the bank name to the date, right? It cannot be possible. It cannot be possible with the bank name. It cannot be possible with the city. The most relatable can be with the closing date. Now, if you can see down, it is called cardinality, right? I'll explain all the topics again. I am telling it to you, but for today, you know, just this is there are different kind of cardinalities are there. One to many to one, many to many is the disaster. I'll tell you why. Okay, and but one to many is the safest one if you are building a kind of successful Power BI report, right? And also you can use cross filter direction, right? There are, you can put it for time being as single and then save it. Okay, once you save it, can you see a relationship have already built up? See, when you take to this particular what do you call that position, that icon, you can see that both tables are connected with this link. And can you see there's a one and there's a many kind of relationship? That's what I was saying to Bob. That's one to many to one are the most preferable relation. Now with this, I'll just stop it and I'll just go to your system and understand how you are building relationship with these two tables. I'm just stopping my screen share, and Momita, start with you if you can share, and probably if you can see showcase how far you have reached. If not, I will guide you. I'm here to guide you as well. Wonderful. So we have the proper column. Now next to that, there is a model view on the our the left side pane, right? If you can see report view and then the table view. We are in the table view, right? And then go to the third one, which is the model view. Third one is the model view. Go there, yeah. Now let's go to the new table. We have to create a new table, right? Go to the new table in the ribbon, in the top ribbon. If you can see the ribbon, new table. Yeah, new table, not new column, new table. Yes, exactly. No, no, we are creating a new table. Delete that. I think we have taken a different thing. We have to delete it, and then there is a three button is there, right? Please delete it and go a little slow. Yeah, yeah. Go a little slow. It's okay. It's okay. Take your time. Take your time and go to the ribbon. You can see there are new table. Yeah, click it there. Exactly. We'll go very slow, no problem. We'll go very slow. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Now here you put a name. Okay. No. Again, you click it there. Yeah. You go a little slow, and you can see in the click it there. Slowly you click it there. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Just hold on. Can you see the table is equals to as yeah, exactly, exactly. You change the name as date calendar. Rename it date calendar. As I was mentioning that we have to create a date calendar. You can name anything, but for your reference, I feel date calendar can be a kind of calendar, or you can put it simple calendar also. There is no date is equals to date calendar. Yeah, date calendar. Write it fully calendar. CALENDER, sorry, calendar DAR. Calendar. Yeah, is equals to yeah. Now you put the DAX called calendar auto. Write it down. Calendar auto. CA. Yeah. Go to the third one. Yes, exactly. And close the bracket. All right. Enter. You can put commit as well. If you can see, there is a button called
Okay.
take your cursor there and drag and drop it to closing date. Okay, drag and drop it to closing date. Exactly. Drag and drop it to closing date. Leave it. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Just put save. There is a need down. You can put save. If you can see one to many relationship, you are already building it up. There is a cross filter. This way you have built it up. Now make this table a little further so that you can understand. You can see it. Yeah. Move little bit this side. Yeah. Exactly. Now if you can see, this is one to many relationship. You have already built up. Wonderful. Okay,
Okay.
let me share it now. Let me share. You can answer. We are good because already you have done it, I believe. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just take a 2 3 steps, and today will be closing our day. But before than that, we'll do at least create our at least one measure, right? So we talk about measure, we talk about all this thing. What is that exactly the measure is? So this is, as you can see, it is all connected very much with this date to closing date. Now let's create a new measure, right? So what I will do is, before getting into new measure, you see our these two tables are placed here in the data pane. So as you can see, the post bank data set already is there, and also the date calendar is also placed. Now here we can either go this way and rightly can create a sorry, not right click, the normal left click, normal click, and you can do a new measure, or you can go here and do that as well, right? The new measure, what you have to do, the new measure. So new measure, as you can see, before getting the new measure, you can see the requirement, what exactly the requirement is talking about. Requirement is talking about total bank close. They wanted to understand that how many banks are closed in this particular period of time, right? So what will be the our how we should be writing it? This is the way we should be writing it. So if, for example, total banks closed, right? Total bank closed is equals to. So there are 2 3 ways we can do it. For whenever you are counting something, the Excel way you can do it, sum, right, which can give a total kind of value. But here in this scenario, when you are going and filtering towards the row wise, you are doing a row wise kind of calculation. So how many rows, you can use a kind of syntax called distinct count, right? So distinct count, if you can see, distinct count. Now what is exactly distinct count? Can you tell me? Can anyone tell me what is distinct count? What we are trying to say here? We are trying to say that number of banks closed. So here we can go to, once we try to put distinct count, automatically this IntelliSense will be giving you some kind of information, right? You have to do the tab, and then followed by, automatically you can see the details are there, which is calling bank. Closed bank is a table name. Closed bank acquiring institution. No, this is not we are asking for. We are asking for total banks closed, basically total banks name, right? So once you do that, and then you put total banks name and close the parenthesis and
Sir,
put enter. Yes. Yes.
really sorry for stopping you, sir. Can you just help me with creating the measures separately as you had already
Yes,
informed
yes,
us?
yes. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Will that since this is the first day of the session, we are not creating another table. But if you are really interested to create a different kind of table for measures, you can create it a different kind of measure, because as you can see, your measure is this one. If you can see very closely, your measure is kind of a mobile icon, I would say. Yeah, different kind of icon it is showing. It's a different kind of icon, so it is different for sure. But whenever you are measure, we'll be using in many different kind of data sets where you have to do multiple measures, right? 10 15 100 measures you will be doing it, so it will be very very chaotic. So we have to create a separate kind of folder for measures. For today, I am not taking that far. I'll be taking in coming days to create a separate kind of table for measures, which is very easy, but which is very helpful for you to park all the measures in one particular place, right? So now we have created one measure, right? So our first goal, which is our first requirement, which is done, right? Which is done. Now, just to understand exactly how we can, basically try to analyze the with the kind of charts, with the kind of visuals, right? We will do one thing. Let's take a kind of you know line chart, right? Line chart is, as I was mentioning, it's related to time, it's related to date. So let's put it date as in the y-axis. There is a kind of y-axis. Once you take the chart here, you can see that y-axis, x-axis. So let's take the closing date, which is talking about the time. You're putting it here, and then y-axis your the measure that you created. Once you create it, can you see the spike? Can you see the beautiful chart has come up and it talks about exactly what had happened in 2010? Is it visible? Yeah. So the same one, the dashboard which we have created. So this is talking about that 2010 there is a spike. But other than this, 2005 it is not many. Uh, you can see only one bank closed. Before that, there is this particular day. It is also have date wise have taken, day wise. Sorry. So you can see that so many banks have been closed in this particular year, right? So this is the way you can create different kind of visuals, different kind of charts. I would be very happy to take up different kind of data sets, as I was mentioned, every day. But today, just acclimatize with this tool, just live with that this tool. This is the very important thing, that we will be trying to understand each chart. Just see the each chart, what exactly the chart is talking about. There is a the requirement you understand. We have something called card visual. We also have a table visual. We also have the matrix visual. We have the world maps. We have different kind of maps are there, right? So that we need to understand, and then we need to get it. So with this note, I will stop here today. Obviously, before I stop, I would like to conclude the session in this way: how to save your file, right? This is very important. Please remember.
Yes, that's what I want to know then.
Yes. So before I close the session, this is very very important
One
because
thing
it,
I'm just stopping you, just interrupting. Okay, so I just want to know, you have given a Excel file. So can we upload any other our own Excel file over there?
yeah. So anything you can do, as I mentioned, like
Okay.
this is a
Okay.
CSV file.
Now,
Whatever.
as
There
you
are
know, that
150
is
data connectors. Yeah.
okay. Okay. As you know, I'm having the data for employee masters also. So can I upload it, or
Yes. Yes.
practice for
Yes.
the practice one? I'm asking.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You what you have to
Okay.
do is, now you have got the tool. You got the vehicle now. Now it is up to you which road, which highway you want to drive, right?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so you got the access. You now try to get data and try to analyze by uploading any of the file. If it is Excel file, if it is CSV file, the other things are parameters. Just hold on, because not every connectors are you may not able to use it, but for time being, Excel file, anything on the related to HR, your domain, you can use it. Okay. So yeah, coming to the point, how to save these file, right? So here you can say file, and then you can say save it as, and it will be asking for which location. You have to put a name. Okay, where exactly you're asking, where exactly you are putting this file. So you can, I'll do it slowly again. Okay. So save it as, then go to browse your device, and then put in desktop maybe. But you can put a name to it, right? Banks, sorry, banks closed. So here in your desktop, maybe it is file is saved. Now do one thing: create a folder. Day one, take all the data set, your this file is called pbix file. Okay, this file is called pbix file. So please see bank close. If you can see this kind of look and feel, it be coming. This is the power bi symbol, if you can see. So you have to place it in a folder, and there you can day one, and put it there, so that all the kind of your device, whatever data set, whatever work we'll be doing, it will be saved in that manner. Okay. All right. So I hope you are liking this session. If you are liking this session, please do let your friends also know about our session. And also another thing is, before we wind up, this is what the demo is. This is what the requirement is. Requirement also I have shared in your chat. Please do take it. How to save the file, that also I have covered. So day one, as we have shared, that we have done this new demo. We have completed this demo, and we would be discussing tomorrow about this PL 300 certification, which which is the major certifications. Maybe the passing score is 700. There are different kind of things are there. There are four proper bifurcations are there, segregations are there, that we'll be going through. So thank you so much for joining our session. Looking forward to having you in our